Okay, well, we're in the last learning experience for character outcome number 6, healthy team contributor. And this one is dear to my heart because unfortunately, like you, I have problems with people. And so I have to learn how to work through conflict. And that's where this one is going to focus. So let me again establish the context for you. We're in LE6, healthy team contributor. Competency number 18, healthy teams. And what I have learned over the years and what we have taught our children, we have 7 children. One of the main things we teach our kids as we have taught our kids as they've grown up is how do you resolve conflict? And when you've got 7 kids and 2 adult parents, that can lead to a lot of potential conflict. And so we've had many years, many decades of practicing this. And some of that has spilled out in this learning experience. But what I have learned is that our ability to navigate and solve conflict will be one of the keys to our having healthy, robust, enjoyable relationships. Also, one of the things I learned during my early years when I was overseas as a missionary was when I was doing a study on conflict, I noticed that wherever you see conflict and those kind of things, that there is teaching about Satan, because Satan is very closely resolved or involved with conflict. And so remember, he comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Satan is the great deceiver. And so he wants to get in and take anything that God has created good, like a healthy team or family or church, and he wants to bring division and rip it apart. And so this is how we can defeat Satan and restore and have healthy relationships. So this LE is called conflict resolution. It is one of the best skills that you can learn, and it's something you have already learned well. If you did not learn this well in your family, well, it's not too late. You can get a biblical understanding of what conflict resolution is all about. So if you look at the work to complete side of this, you'll be working your way through Pathright on the conflict resolution. You'll do an actual biblical study on conflict resolution. What does the Bible actually teach about conflict resolution? There are many examples in the Old Testament and New Testament of people who did not do a good job of resolving conflict and those who did. And when you think about the gospel itself, right, you're resolving a major problem that people have. That God is at war with us because of our sin, and that conflict needs to be resolved. And God initiated the resolution of that conflict by sending his son, Jesus Christ, to die for us and then to raise from the dead so that we could have a right relationship with him by faith through the power of the Holy Spirit. And so what you will do in this is you will take your biblical findings and you'll formulate a model for conflict resolution. You'll actually come up with a way that you can resolve conflict. And we ran a learning community out of our church. The very first one that we ran, they created a conflict model that they turned into a pamphlet, which is dynamite, and which is what the church uses for every person who comes in. They get an opportunity to have this conflict resolution model put in pamphlet form so that they can use that to help them navigate their own conflicts. So you'll be doing that. You'll be formulating a model of conflict resolution. And then you will actually try to resolve a real life problem, whether it's your relational problem with another person, or maybe they have a problem with you, or maybe you know somebody who has a problem and you will help that person to resolve that issue. And so, but you will want to use the model to resolve a relational problem that is in your context. And then you're going to create a presentation on how you would actually solve conflict. And so that can be in a team setting, it could be in your home. You could do that as in your home. You can do that in your specific ministry. It could be at your workplace. We have a young man who's in the Antarctica right now, and they asked him actually, as a secular organization, to do something on conflict resolution. So he will bring in his biblical model and teach them about conflict resolution. I think that's beautiful. And so then finally, once you do that, you're going to make a SMART plan by which you are going to express how you will help either somebody else or how you will go about solving a conflict. You'll be resolving conflict that maybe you yourself have. Again, this is one of those skills that I can't over stress how important it is that you and I learn how to be live in peace because we are good at resolving conflict. We're not avoiding it. We're not looking for it, but when we need to resolve conflict, that we step in quickly, we disarm Satan, we honor God, and we restore relationships. And that is how you and I will enjoy healthy relationships on this side of heaven.